Hi, welcome. Bonjour, mishkikinagamuninikwenedishnakaz, gokokoradem, Karanta Dunjaba, Kamlupa Dunjaba. So I'm just saying greetings in the Ojibwe language, that my spirit name is Medicine Songwoman. I'm Owl Clan. And I also always mention Kamloops, British Columbia. Kamloopa is the name of it originally. And that's where I grew up mostly. And I also acknowledge Toronto. Toronto is the original name for Toronto. And I acknowledge that this is where I live now. So that's what I was saying in Ojibwe. And yeah, I'm Brenda MacIntyre, and yes, my spirit name is Medicine Songwoman. And if you're checking this out for the first time, my website is medicinesongwoman.com, which you are probably on watching this, but in case you're watching it on YouTube, that's where to go. I'm not scripting this. Well, you know what? That's just something I never do anyway. So you guys are probably used to this if you know me at all. I channel medicine songs, what I do. I kind of channel information too, and just bring in whatever needs to be said in the moment. And that's really where I'm going more now. And I guess that's what I needed to talk about today with you is there's a lot of this sort of formulaic, archaic thinking that goes on in marketing and in the online world, and it's like, oh, you have to do it this way. There's these many steps, and this is how you do it for your marketing, for your business, for your life, for living, for whatever. And I just can't do that. And I think if you're with me, raise your hand if you're with me. I can't see you, but it doesn't matter because that's most of the world is, mainstream and whatever, but a lot of us are just like, come on, just being real. And being real requires being different and standing out and not being exactly like everybody else doing everything else, or they're doing the same thing that you're doing. Even if you do run a business, that can be a thing. There's 100 million gazillion life coaches out there. What makes people want to come and see you or whatever? So it works that way in personal life too. It's like, well, who are you? What's unique about you? And so I'm doing this event right now, and this is why this is coming. It's up in my field right now. It's also up in my field because I'm getting mentoring around this. And the event is, you can just look up hashtag 13 days of you. And even if the event is over, it continues, because there is going to be I'm going to be doing some more of this, and I'm not going to say what yet because I haven't channeled it yet, so I don't know. But I just know that it's going to be ongoing for a while, and I'm going to be doing it probably on YouTube, maybe on Facebook too, I don't know. Anyway, what I wanted to share with you is, and I've shared this in so many different ways, but I just had this idea, and I've actually wanted to do this on stage. I'm not on stage right now, but it's kind of like a little bit of a stage, right? But it's my living room. So I wanted to show you, this is, I show you who I am all the time. I know if you know me that this is true. This is just, I am who I am. You get what you get, and I'm not trying to hide a bunch of crap, whatever. But at the same time, it's there's only, we don't show, it's not like you want to unload your dirty laundry and throw it in front of everybody and go, here, this is who I am. It's not who you are anyway. It's just an aspect of who you are, or it's a piece of what you have, what you carry, what you know, what you experience. I try to be real. I know some of you aren't on Facebook, so I'll just say, I try to be real. As much as I can. I'm more and more doing that, and I used to do that to a degree. I'm a motivational speaker and singer. I used to be, I still do spiritual mentoring within my portal. If you're interested, it'll be in the links below on YouTube, or I think it might be you'll find it anyways, it's on my website. But I have learned and unlearned. I've unlearned some stuff from getting a whole bunch of business coaching, and it was all really good information, and I learned so much. And then I had to unlearn a few things, and one of those things is that formulaic, archaic thinking. And I swear that's going to be in one of my songs, probably on my new album. Anyways, I find that when I repeat, that rinse and repeat saying, if you haven't heard it, don't worry about it. Just erase it from your memory, because we're not meant to like just keep on repeating and repeating and repeating, and yet we kind of are. Like our brain is wired to do that, but our creative spirit is not. And so we kind of have this ongoing like conversation happening or non-conversation happening where it's like your head, your ego, you're like, yeah, but I have to do it this way. She said there's first step is this, and I have to do it this way, and this is how it works. And then there's the creative spirit part of you is like, oh, look over there. What's that? I have to go over there right now, right? And that's really where you have to go. that's the calling to follow. And I got goosebumps when I said that, and there's like literally nothing over there, but just the thought of it, of like, because I know that's how it operates. That's how I operate. That's how it works for me best. And it's not like I always follow that calling. Sometimes I'm like, well, my coach said to do this, so I'm going to try this, or my mentor said this, and or I tried that last time, and God, that didn't work. I think I better try something else this time, or even that worked really well for me. I'm going to keep doing it, and then it doesn't work the next time. So the thing is, we just need to be who we are. And I'm going to say, I was adopted at birth. I don't even know the full reality, human, physical reality of who I am. I just know that I'm Ojibwe, Irish, and Scottish, Ojibwe, Odawa, Irish, and Scottish, and I don't know what else, and may never know what else. I know I'm a human spirit in this physical body, right? I know I'm from the Pleiades. Originally, my star elders are there. I know some things about my identity, and that's even in flux ever since my son was murdered. Things have shifted and are still shifting about my identity. Like I know I used to help women find their voice, and I still do it. It just kind of flows out of me anyway. But I know that the next place I'm heading is more about the grief and chronic pain and trauma that people carry, and helping them through that to actually live a life that feels inspiring and feels good and feels joyful. And so it's like, who are you? Like, just ask yourself that right now. Like, who do you think you are? And not in that way, like, who do you think you are? But really, like, who does your mind think that you are right now? Just a thought for maybe journaling on it, or just sitting there with yourself right now and going, who am I? Like, who do I think I am? And then if you are watching this as a replay, because I'm not doing it live this time. So pause it if you want and sit with that. Like, who do you think you are right now? Who do you think you are? And once you've taken some time with that, who do you feel you are? Who do you feel you are? Breathe into your belly for a minute. Just breathe into your full being and feel into who you are. Who are you? Who do you feel you are? And, pause the recording if you want and sit with this and write down some stuff. Who do you feel you are? And there's going to be some things that you absolutely know you are. Like, I know I'm a singer. I'm here to sing. I was born to sing. That's one thing I know about myself that will never change unless my voice suddenly is gone or completely forever or something. Like, I am a singer. That's definitely part of my identity. So what are those things that you absolutely know without question that you are? And sit with that for a few moments. And I really encourage you to do some journaling, talk to yourself out loud about it, have a conversation with a friend about it. Yeah. Because you're going to find out some things about yourself. And the thing is, we can always be finding things out about ourselves, and we can always be connecting to ourselves, but we don't always do it that deeply. And I just made this post on Instagram, and I was like, yeah, like, what it's hard to kind of, we only have the moment that we're in, and the moment that we're in next is not like, and it's just as I'm speaking, more moments are coming, and I just have this moment, and I just have this moment, I just have this moment. Something I'm learning, I've learned for a while, and it's up for me because a mentor keeps talking about it too. And it's like, yeah, we have this moment. We're here right now. What are you? Who are you right now? You know, and so. I can't remember what the Instagram post is, so whatever, it doesn't matter. And part of who I am now, I remember what it is, because it was so ironic, because it was about, I was like, you know, I love myself. I do. And not as deeply as I want to, right? Like there's parts of myself I really don't love. It's true. I'm going to admit that, because a lot of times we're all, you know, oh yes, I love myself, but what does that really mean? And so I talked about in the little post that I made about loving yourself, like what, you know, living yourself fully. Like I don't so much love that, for example, I can't see very well, so I have to wear glasses. They're a little bit of a drag, and they are kind of part of my being, because I have to wear them or I can't see clearly enough. So I don't necessarily love my full belly that has grown with me, especially after my son died. There's so many things I do love about myself. I've really come a long way with it, but at the same time, there are things where I'm like, wow, you know, where can I pour more love? What parts of me can I give more love to? And that's a question you can just kind of always be in inquiry about. Like, what are those parts of you? Is it that eyebrow that goes up in the weirdest way and you don't like it? Or some weird mark that you have on, like I had this thing on my nose. I actually had it removed because I felt so self-conscious about it when I was a teenager. And now it's like, well, I don't want to remove things from my body, and I accept a lot and love a lot of myself, and there are pieces that I still am working on. And so I just wanted to acknowledge that and go like, hey, I'm not perfect here, you know? And we're all, wherever we are, we all have different life experiences. We all have different kind of callings in the moment or long term, and different reasons for being, different histories, all that stuff. Different bodies, different maybe locations. And the thing is, so for me, the reason, so I mentioned that I'm Ojibwe and Odawa and Irish and Scottish. Well, part of me thinks that my identity, like, so that when I get on stage, I need to, and sometimes I really, you know, do wear regalia on purpose on stage like that, so that people know, right? Because that's always a question too. Like, is she Indigenous? It just shouldn't be a question, but it is sometimes. Or, you know, like people just want to know, like, what is this about? And so I give them a picture on stage of whatever I'm doing, what it's about. But so the picture I want to give you guys today about that is this idea I was telling you about, that I'm gonna do this on stage one day. Just watch, like, when some of you will be in the audience and I'll be doing this thing. So I'm gonna get up on stage and like be in my fancy regalia and everything, and then just do this, because this is really like how I show up on the street. I might show up on stage in that, right? And sometimes I do. I love that cape that I wear. But I love this too. My super sexy cat lady sweatshirt. I don't even know if you can read that. But it's like, that's what that is. It was my birthday gift to myself. I love wearing hoodies. I'm comfortable in them, you know? And if I take it even further, I'm like, and this is not a freaking striptease, but, you know? But here, like, this is me in my house, right? Like, I wore this outside because it is freezing outside today. So I had this on and my winter coat. And then when I'm in my house, I wear my house clothes. This is me comfortable in my house, in my apartment, right? And this is me in my living room, which I don't often show to people. And that was another thing I wanted to kind of do. It's just, I'm actually like right over here is what I call Quinn's Corner. I'm right beside Quinn's Corner, which is where my son, who shows up every time I mention his name, and maybe some of you can even see him, I don't know. I feel him. behind me, but he's kind of like going over there, like, yeah, that's my space. Because this couch I'm sitting on used to not be here, and there was another one here that was Quinn's couch, and that he had brought here because he wasn't really living here. He was just kind of staying here, and he brought it here, and then he would stay here sometimes and work on his music and stuff. And the cats shredded it so badly, he had to get a new couch, and it was really hard to let that go. And so what I did, because it was obviously it's like my son, he's not here, and it's hard for me. I have a space for him in the living room, and that's right beside me here. So that's where I'm sitting, and you know, like this is me sometimes, and this is the thing. Like I'm realizing as part of this conversation that I want to share with you right now, that's coming through, is that you're not always the same. You're kind of not always the same person, and it's okay. Like we don't have to like it. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do another thing on my Facebook Live for like series, the 13 Days of You. I'm gonna probably do something else. I'm not gonna share it now because I don't want to. No spoilers. But if it's long gone and it's not March 2019 and you're watching this, then you know go to the hashtag and you'll find the stuff. But what I know is true is, yeah, sometimes you know you have to dress up to go to the office, or you have to wear certain things to go into a certain event or venue or whatever. It's like a tux and you know dress only or that kind of thing. Even then I kind of buck up the current. I'm gonna just say like I'm still gonna be myself and make sure I'm not like wearing some weird suit that I would never wear. Like I won't do that to myself. I have done that to myself, and I won't do that to myself anymore. Say hello to Sukie. That's my little rescue kitty, who just crawled behind me. I don't know if you saw her, but anyways, yeah, like we can be ourselves. We can be ourselves, and we can still. It's fun sometimes to dress up, and sometimes it really isn't. Like it might be that you're like, oh my god, I have to iron that shirt one more time if I have to, you know, show up at work and be the fake person just to show up at work. That's not fun. But for me, like it's fun. I wear this to the gym sometimes. I have a bunch of shirts like this I wear to the gym. I wear when I'm hanging out here. It's like my hangout clothes. And then sometimes I'm going to wear makeup, and that's really only when I get on stage. I don't usually, or maybe when I go out, I feel like having a sort of a treat. Like I went out to this 80s party actually a while back, a couple weeks ago or something, and so I was kind of like 80s-ish, and I put makeup on. I was like, gee, I feel like putting makeup on tonight. But it wasn't about, oh, I don't look good enough to go outside because I don't have any makeup on, right? It was about, it feels like fun to put some makeup on for a change. It feels like fun to wear this because I haven't worn this, and it's like a beach party and it's winter, so I'm going to wear this, you know? And the thing is, all of those things that you have in your closet, like, here's something else that's coming through. It's like, have a look at what's in your closet, and if it doesn't feel like you, I dare you to throw it out, or not really throw it out, but give it away. I dare you to give it away if it doesn't feel like you. Or, you know, I dare you to take at least 2 or 3 items out of your closet that don't feel like you, if you have any, and let them go. Let them go. Someone else is like, oh yeah, I've been waiting for a top like that, or you know, is that kind of skirt or whatever. Like someone else is gonna pick it up and love it. And why wouldn't they? Because they're finding something that's them. And the thing is, sometimes we buy stuff that it's like, oh, this is so me in the moment, and then like a year later it's not, because you've shifted, you've evolved, you've changed, your life has changed. You, like for me, I mean, I keep changing. My weight is changing because I'm releasing weight on purpose, and so a lot of my stuff I've given away, and now I'm at the point where actually I'm going to be I have to like create a whole new kind of spring summer wardrobe because my stuff doesn't fit me anymore from last summer. And spring, I just, yeah, the same. All that stuff is already gone. So yeah, so like let go of what doesn't feel like you as and not like, I don't dare you to let go of everything and then you have nothing in your closet, right? But it depends on where you're at and how you're feeling about all that stuff. Like it could be that you really do ditch a whole bunch of stuff. It could be that you just let go of a couple of items and that feels good. And then start looking at around you too, like what about your space feels like you? What could you do to help it feel like more you? Because when you do that and you have reminders of you all around you, of who you are, you start to remember more who you are. Oh my God, I'm like crying from this. You start to remember I was talking about feeling, like how, I forget what my words were already because I'm channeling this. But feel like what, how do you, I can't even put it into words. It's because I got these tears going on, but it's like, feel you. And when you have more things around you, not saying to get more things, by the way, but when you have your space and your clothing and your maybe your hair, your makeup and things like that, when those are representing you, when they are mirrors for you of who you really are, not who you think you are, but who you feel you are, then you're going to start to be more you. It's going to help you to be more you. And I see that that's why this is coming out now. That's what I wanted to share with you, or that's what Spirit wanted me to share with you, and I know I'm complete now with that. So that's this month's blog, e-zine, whatever. And yeah, if you are catching this in March 2019, like it's from March 8th to March 20th, we're doing the 13 Days of You event. And then afterwards, yeah, if you want to look at the hashtag 13 Days of You, then feel free to do that and you'll see the stuff that's there. We'll just leave it there, and the next step will be there too. So lots of love to all of you. Please share this, like it, subscribe if you're on my YouTube, and I will be doing actually more stuff on YouTube as well. So feel free to subscribe there. You're going to see more videos coming through there for 2019 and forward. So yeah, take care. I'm going to say Bamapi, which is see you later in Ojibwe.